The night I paid for prostitute, and she was my wife. I booked her for one reason, to forget my problems for just one night. But when the hotel door opened, my knees went weak. Standing there, dressed to seduce, was my wife. It was a Friday night, the kind of night when loneliness feels heavier than usual. Work was crushing me. My marriage, a shadow of what it used to be. We barely spoke at home anymore. No intimacy, no warmth, just cold silence. I told myself I'd never cross certain lines. But that night, I did. Scrolling through an escort website I'd heard about from a colleague, I found her profile. No face, just a body shot. Long hair, curves, a smile you could almost feel through the screen. Her name on the listing was Lena. Something about her pulled me in. I messaged. We agreed on a price. She sent the hotel address. The elevator ride felt like a countdown to a mistake I couldn't undo. When I reached the door, my heart was pounding. I knocked once, twice. The door opened slowly, and then I froze. She was wearing a black dress I'd never seen before. Her makeup was heavy, smoky eyes, red lips, but none of that mattered, because I knew that face. It was my wife, Emily. We stared at each other, both too stunned to speak. She stepped back, slamming the door shut. Through the door, I heard her voice, low, panicked. Leave. Please. Just leave. But I couldn't move. I knocked again. Emily opened the door. She finally did, but her eyes were filled with something I'd never seen before. Pure fear. What the hell is this? I demanded. She didn't answer. I pushed my way in. The room smelled of perfume and cheap wine. She sank onto the bed, staring at the floor. Please, don't make a scene, she whispered. A scene? My voice cracked. You're my wife and you're here doing this? Her hands trembled. I needed money, she said finally. For what? We have enough. I snapped. She shook her head. No, not for this. That's when she dropped the first bomb. I owe someone. A lot. And if I don't pay, they'll hurt me. I wanted to believe she was lying, but the fear in her eyes was real. Who? I demanded. She wouldn't say. Before I could press further, there was a knock at the door. Emily's face went pale. She whispered, It's him. Don't open it. But the knocking grew louder, angrier. Lena, open the door, a man's voice shouted. I stepped forward, ready to confront him, but Emily grabbed my arm. If you open that door, we're both dead, she hissed. The man outside started shouting threats, things that made my blood run cold. Emily finally confessed. He's not just a client. He owns me. I'm paying off a debt I didn't even make. It was my brother's. Her brother, a man I'd always disliked, was deep into gambling. Apparently, when he vanished, he left Emily to clean up his mess. The knocking stopped. Silence. Emily peeked through the peephole. He's gone. For now. I was still reeling from everything. But one thing was clear. If I left her here, she might not survive the night. I told her we were leaving. She protested, saying it would only make things worse. But I grabbed her hand and pulled her toward the door. That's when we heard footsteps in the hallway. Fast, heavy. The man was back, and this time he wasn't alone. Emily's grip on my hand tightened. Her voice shook. If you walk out with me right now, there's no going back. I looked into her eyes, and before I could answer, the door burst open. In that moment, I realized this wasn't just about betrayal anymore. This was about survival. Dear all, what is your feeling? Please write your comment. Thank you.